Welcome on board to the Alien Spaceship talk show with Emmy Hikins and Trevor, a podcast where no topics is off limits. Fasten your seatbelt, stick the kettle on, you're in for a bumpy ride. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So, anyway, I set up everything. I set up everything, and I thought I haven't even created the Zoom schedule for the meeting. Yeah, I just sent it to you like 2 minutes ago.
I noticed it just came through. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Saved by the bell. Saved by the bell.
Saved by the bell. That's it. Yeah. Oh, good to see you, bro.
And you as well.
Yeah. So, shall make a start? Yeah. Do you want to do the opening remarks, please, bro?
Yes. Okay. Well, welcome along, everybody, to the Alien Spaceship this week. Hopefully, one or two things of interest for us to discuss. I'm Trevor, and he calls me Bruv.
And I'm Emmy Hikins, and he calls me Cuz. Yeah, he does. Yeah. Welcome to the Alien Spaceship. Right, over to you then.
Okay, well, last week, if you may remember, we talked about one of the two imperatives, really, of humans, of humankind. The two imperatives being survival, the need to survive, and the second one to procreate, to reproduce ourselves. And we talked at some length, didn't we, about how we really go about reproducing ourselves and all the ins and outs of that. Absolutely. Quite an incredible, magical process, like so much else of being human. And we thought this week we'd sort of have a chat about what it means to be a man in today's world, to be a male human. Wow. What are the main characteristics of being a man in today's world? And there's, these days, perhaps it's a bit harder for us guys to navigate what our role is. I think most people would agree that the gender roles have changed and are continuing to change, and possibly for women too. But for men, it can be difficult to make sure we don't tread on people's toes. We tread on other people's toes by our perhaps naive approach to things. So we're looking at some male characteristics. And just to say that next week, if we're spared, we will be looking at female characteristics, just to balance things up a bit.
Yeah.
So male characteristics. First of all, I suppose you can think of typical male characteristics as across three things: physical, social, and psychological.
Right.
And I guess, in summary, physical, we have males. When I say we, I'm obviously referring to males. I think just to say, it's fair to say to our listeners and viewers are fortunate today to have two such fine specimens of manhood on display. Yeah. It may not have been the best way to say that, but you know what? You get my drift.
I do.
That we are at least examples of what we're talking about. So if we say we in our conversations, we're obviously referring to us in the role of men. But yeah, we are physically stronger. We have greater muscle mass. That's just part of how it is. We have a deeper voice, which we'll look at in a minute, but we have a deeper voice because of the so-called Adam's apple. We tend to have more facial and bodily hair. We're more hirsutes, if that's the word. So physically, there are some marked differences with the female of the species. So let's look at that a bit more. As we say, we have greater muscle mass, which inevitably means it leads to greater strength, particularly in our upper body. We tend to have greater stature, and that doesn't mean greater status, but greater height generally. Yeah. The average, any idea, Cuz, what the average height of a man in the UK is? You can give me inches or centimetres.
Yeah, so would that be 5 foot or centimetres? I'd say 172.
172. Okay. Well, the average height is 5 feet 10 inches, which actually is 178 centimeters.
All right. Oh.
So 172 is probably what, 5 foot
5.
5'7" or 8, I expect, something like that. But no, it's 5'10". And what about the average height of a woman in our country?
Oh, that one's easy. 5'6".
Well, it's 5'4", which I think is about 162 centimeters.
Oh, wow.
So that sort of confirms that we are generally taller. And of course, all of these things where there is comparison, they don't always apply. These are generalizations which we're talking about. We mentioned we have a deeper voice. We have a much deeper voice because I try to talk even deeper. I have a fairly deep voice anyway. But
you do.
Do you know why we have a deeper voice than our female counterparts?
Is it the testosterone? Testosterone? Is that?
Not directly. I mean, that plays its part, but it's.
We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor Gear and Emmy Hikins. The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us, please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.